Hey everybody, I'm Alicia St. Germain and this is Goal Getter Gal. I'm so excited to have you because we have some amazing tips for you today. The whole reason that we're doing this is because, as you're out there and you're trying to start a business or you're in business, you might find yourself looking for that one more thing, something that's going to help you break through and get to the other side. But you know what? Sometimes the secret, it's really locked up in your head. So I'm really excited. I have Maria Kritikos with us. Kritikos, my apologies. I have her with us, and I am so excited because she has an amazing story, and it's somebody that you can completely take inspiration from. She is somebody who was put down and probably told she shouldn't succeed, but despite all odds, she has come back stronger than ever. So Maria, thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you and have you share your tips with everybody.
Thank you, Alicia. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here and excited to share my story and what I've been through with everyone, and in hopes that it inspires someone to take action and transform their lives, even if it's just a little bit at a time. So.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So Maria is an entrepreneur. She is a speaker, she's a coach, and she's actually the founder of the Ladies Who Lunch Network. So Maria, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Thank you. My main vision and goal in life is to inspire women to be fearless and fabulous by helping them realize and live their dream. And essentially, what does that mean? That's kind of a big vision. We talk about the Ladies Who Lunch Network, and it's a global community of women supporting one another to live out their dream, whatever that looks like. When you hear the term, you might think ladies who lunch. I'm not sure about that. Typically the adage is sort of references women sitting around and not having a job really, and gossiping and spending their husband's hard-earned money or whatever the case may be. That's not what the group is about at all. In fact, the acronym LWL stands for Living a Life Without Limits. And that's really what we're talking about here today, to sort of close the door, so to speak, on our limiting beliefs and really see what's possible for ourselves. And that's really the reason I created the network, is to show women how truly powerful they are. Not only as individuals, but collectively when we come together as a group, like you're doing here in this amazing summit. You're gathering women, you're sharing, we're supporting each other, we're inspiring each other. And that was really my main purpose with the LWL network.
And that network, you can, when you're part of that, you're literally able to share what you're doing in business. And I imagine people can partner, people can give advice. Somebody who has been there before can give you some feedback. So it's
a lot of
powerful.
We call it an inspirational networking group. When I first started the network, people said to me, Maria, did you go to all the networking groups and choose what you liked from one group and another and kind of put it all together? I said, no, I had never been to a networking group in my life. The first event was really just a self-expression of who I was and what I wanted to share with the world. And the values of the network are really based on passion, being really passionate about what it is that you do, like you here today at this summit, and independence, authentic self-expression, being who you are and not being afraid of what others are going to think of you. And what else? Sometimes I forget.
Well, let me ask you.
No.
Really
freedom. Oh my God, Alicia, sorry. Freedom. Number one, freedom. How can
freedom.
And contribution, making a difference in any way we can. And by difference, I don't mean monetary value and, just a difference in any way that we can.
Sure.
We're sharing our stories.
Absolutely.
Giving advice, whatever the case may be. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So here's my question. How did you get to this point where you found this, you created this network? How did you get here? What happened for you that brought you here?
Never thought I would create a women's network. Absolutely not. My background is education. I used to be a high school teacher. To make a very long story short, I had an entrepreneurial bug always inside me. So I left the teaching profession to start my own school. It was an English as a second language teacher training center. Later, I got married in life, and to make a very long story short, I was married for 5 years, living a very comfortable life. So I think at the time I was selling real estate. That's my other job, by the way. I'm a
Okay.
real estate agent.
We have
Yes.
that, we have that in common. Yes, I'm not an agent, but I'm an investor. So
And so married for 5 years, living a very, what most people would call opulent. We lived in a huge mansion. We had nannies. We had everything. We traveled. And, that came to a crashing halt one day. My husband walked out on us, really. And we had a 2-year-old son at the time. So I was left all on my own, trying to support my son and I. Not having a job at the time, wasn't working because I didn't really need to, and kind of scrambling and thinking, oh my God, like the rug was just pulled out from under me. And I kept the house for just under a year. I couldn't afford to do it on my own. My husband had disappeared. We had no idea where he was.
wow.
And so it's just me and my little guy. And thankfully I had the support of my family, but we ended up moving into my mom's condo, which was a very small 2-bedroom condo. My mom lived there. My dad lived there. My sister was living there at the time.
Wow.
And then it was my little boy and I. And so if you can imagine, it was cozy quarters, and I literally was living out of a suitcase, and I slept on the couch.
Wow.
It was a very trying year for me. But fast forward 8 years later, and it's, complete transformation. So what that experience taught me is that you are not your circumstances, and you do have the power to rise above them, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. I was living in a very sort of negative mindset household where and it's not my parents' fault, right? They have older mindsets. They have a set of beliefs, a set of paradigms that were ingrained in them. And so, they said, Maria, you can't do it on your own. You got to move in with us. We got to buy a bigger house together. You're not going to be able to be a single mom and work and make it. And there was just something inside me that said, I just don't believe that. I don't believe it. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I said, no, I'm going to try to do it on my own. And they kind of shook their head saying, you're crazy, girl. And so
well, so you have to, it's so much about belief. I mean, how many people could be in that same exact situation and it just, they stay stuck. And so because starting out, just believing in yourself is like the first step, right?
Belief is number one. Belief is number one. There are other factors that contribute to success, perseverance, patience, commitment, consistent action, and belief is a huge one. And then a sense of accountability, being surrounded by people that are going to hold you accountable, put your feet to the fire, but in a good way, right? So, let's talk about negativity and cutting that out of your, because that's one of the things that holds us back. But I'll let you take the reins because
You're fine. No, it's you have a lot to say. No, that's exactly what I was going to ask you was, so when you're in that place where there's negativity in yourself and there's negativity around you, and you have to believe in yourself. So what do you do? What do you say to those around you? What do you say to yourself? How do you talk yourself out of that?
I think you said it. It's what you say to yourself that's most important, because it's that voice in your head that keeps playing over and over and over again. And that's the subconscious mind. So our job is to infiltrate the subconscious with what we want, with the thoughts that we want it to think, so to speak. And oftentimes people walk around life like zombies, and their thoughts are on autopilot, and the first key, Alicia, is to be aware, really. Once we are aware of what's going on up here, we have the power then to change it.
Sure.
If we're not aware, we're just going to keep going like a hamster on a treadmill, right?
So if you hear yourself like say something negative, or you have to learn to start to hear yourself.
I'll give you the barometer test, or the way that you know is by how you're feeling.
Okay.
So if something's not right, you're not feeling right, you track it back to, it all comes down to the words that you're using.
Okay.
What are the words that are coming out of your mouth? What are you saying on a day-to-day basis? Those words formulate the thoughts, and those thoughts in turn, equal feelings, right? And based on how you feel, it's like you're going to take those actions in alignment with how you feel. So here's how to change all that, right? You're probably thinking, okay, that's great, but how do we get out of that cycle? Number one, be aware. The first thing I say is there's an amazing book. The two most powerful words in the English language, Alicia, do you know them? I think you probably do. You're like, don't put me on the spot like that, girl. I am.
Okay. I am.
Anything that comes after that is truth. Whatever you put after that, you are inviting into your life, whether positive or negative. And your mind will take that as a command. So oftentimes when I have conversations with women in the network or the women that I'm coaching, you know, they'll say, well, Maria, I'm not smart enough. I don't have the resources. Oh my God, Alicia's she knows what she's doing. She's more techie than me. She's got all this team. I'm not this, I'm not that. And I said, just stop right there, right? The limiting belief that most women have, and I see it as female entrepreneurs, including myself, when I first started out is, I can't do what she's doing. There's no way. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the resources. She's got something I don't have. I just can't do it. So we need to stop and we need to change that. So whatever you put after I am is truth. So start telling yourself a different story. That's it. Even if you don't believe it in the beginning, right? I just look at yourself in the mirror, and Louise Hay does a lot of affirmations. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am resourceful. I am capable. I can do this. And just over and over and over again. So affirmations for me are it's a big tip and strategy that I use to reprogram the subconscious mind. And at first it's going to feel silly. You'll be like, yeah, right. Right? The more, right. But that's how all of our paradigms are formed. They're all formed through repetition. So even as a young child, you think, well, how did I get this belief? Well, because someone told it to you over and over, and then you just accepted it as truth. Right?
Well, you even caught me. It was very interesting. When we were doing our pre-interview, everybody, and we were kind of getting to know each other a little bit, we actually, I had said something, and she corrected me, and she said, oh, you got to say it this way, because the way I had happened to be saying it was in a negative light. She goes, and I wish I could remember what I said. She says, no, you got to say it this way. She says, she is so on top of it that she's hearing it even in other people, and this is part of what you bring to your network. And I said, oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Practice. I don't think that, oh, this is going to happen overnight and you're going to change your thinking over it. It's practice and it's repetition. And we do have a rule in the network or a guideline. And one of them is we don't gossip and we don't speak negatively of ourselves or anyone else in the network.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super important. We try to reframe everything in the positive. So even if you're thinking something negative, you just always have to try to reframe it in the positive. Lisa Nichols has an amazing quote. I love Lisa Nichols. I'm not sure if you have heard of her, ladies, but she's an inspirational author, speaker. I think the latest book is Abundance Now.
Okay.
Single mom on welfare, husband went to jail, didn't have enough money to buy diapers for her son, used to wrap him in towels because no money for diapers. She's incredible. And she says, sometimes our greatest gifts are wrapped in sandpaper and thorns. We just don't see it at the time. So oftentimes when you think this is the worst thing that could have happened to me, my life is over, it could be a blessing in disguise. And at the time, you will not see it. You will not see it. When my marriage ended, I was homeless. I thought, dear God, like what, I never thought I would be able to escape that situation, but I would have never started the network had it not been for that, and I would never be where I am. So, just wanted to share that quote.
So affirmations. I am. Stop talking bad about yourself. We already know we're not perfect. We are all a work in progress. Stop talking bad about yourself and be kinder to yourself.
Be kinder to yourself. Yes. Think about this. When a friend is in trouble and you want to give advice to a friend, right? Think about the way you speak to a friend and just know that just try to give that advice to yourself, like turn it around and try to give it to yourself, right?
Right.
Speak to yourself as you would speak to your best friend, We're like, it's going to be okay. Oh my God, you're amazing at that. Like try, but anyways, so that's one thing is affirmations. And I often use cue cards. I'm obsessed with cue cards. I carry them everywhere. This is another great tip. And everything that you write down, I want you to state it in the present tense, right? So I have, all of these things. I'll just give you an example. I contemplate myself surrounded by the conditions that I wish to attract into my life. Okay. So oftentimes people are on that autopilot of just always complaining about what they don't have, what they don't want. But here's what happens with the law of attraction. I'm also a certified law of attraction facilitator. It states this: whatever we give our attention, energy, and focus to, we will just get more of the same, whether positive or negative. That's the clincher, right?
Right.
So I'll just give you an example of someone saying, oh, I don't want to date that kind of guy. Oh, I don't want to date that player. I don't want to date someone that's always cheating. But then that's what you're getting back. So the simplest way is just to say, okay, stop. Reset button. What do you want? This is the biggest question people can ask themselves, and they need to ask every day so you can be really clear.
Okay.
Well, Maria, I want to make more money. I want to be happy. I say, that's great. What does more money look like for you? And oftentimes they have no clue. I don't know. So I give them 5 thoughts.
So how do you know to get there? How do you know to get there if you don't know what it looks like? Or how do you even know if you've arrived?
Yeah,
right?
So be really clear about what it is that you want. And that takes time, and that means playing and exploring and all of that. The network talks about discovering what you're passionate about. Yeah. And then living your dream and making a difference. So when we discover what we're passionate about, people say, how do I know I'm on the right track? There's a certain questions you can ask yourself. And this goes into the mindset component of my upcoming She's in Biz Blueprint course. It's like, what are you good at? Like, what can you do where it's like, you just spend like hours at a time, and then you lose track of time, you forget to eat, you forget to wash your hair, and it doesn't feel like work for you, right? That's when you know you're on the right path. And there's other questions as well, like, what do other people always tell you that you're good at? Oh my God, Alicia, you're so good at blah, blah, blah. Like, what is it? What is that thing?
So what do you want to do that you would rather do than anything else? And what do other people tell you? So as you're discovering your passion, you're kind of trying to figure those pieces out. So before we go into the what you're working on with the She's in Biz Blueprint, you actually, the network, just such a phenomenal support system that you have put together for women all over the world. I mean, literally all over the world. So cool. So as part of being a part of this Goal Getter Gal series, you actually have a gift for all of our viewers.
I do, yes. I'm offering an exclusive 30-day free trial to anyone that would like to come in and have a look and see what the network is all about. You have absolutely nothing to lose, everything to gain. I always say you're going to meet someone in the network that's going to change your life. And they're like, oh, Maria, you're so dramatic. But it's true. I promise you, you will meet someone that will inspire you, that you'll connect with, or you'll hear something will click. You'll have an aha moment. And it's a supportive, inspirational network. We also have a lot of trainings. There's an online component. We do live events as well. And 30 days free. Come and check it out. www.invitefrommaria.com. And
we're going to put the link at the bottom of the screen there. Yeah. Or we have the link there at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, wonderful. Thank you so much. That is so generous of you. But so you just mentioned a little bit about what you're excited about as the year winds down already. We're into the second half of the year swinging down. So tell me, She's in Biz Blueprint, what is that? It's to help you find, you mentioned to help you find what it is.
Yeah. So the She's in Biz Blueprint essentially is, I teach what I know. Being a teacher, used to be a high school teacher many years, and then started my own school. My joy comes from teaching what I've learned to others. And the She's in Biz Blueprint essentially is helping women launch and grow their business. So essentially it's for women that want to, for aspiring female entrepreneurs that have something they're passionate about and they want to launch it and also grow it. So I'm teaching them strategies. There's 6 modules, but most importantly, we learn mindset, which is very, very, very important. So mindset strategies, the foundation, audience. Then we talk about your website, your offerings, how to get traffic to what it is that you do. And also there's a component for social media, because I love social media.
Yeah,
and social media marketing.
It's there. It doesn't matter. Love it or hate it, it's there.
Yeah. I mean, before I started the network, all I had was a Facebook page. That's all I had. Tiny little computer, Facebook page for 6 months until we ever had a website. So the most important question you can ask yourself is stop focusing on all the reasons why something can't happen. Start asking the question, how, right? Yeah. So stop saying, I can't do this. There's no way I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. I don't have the team. So stop and just say, how can I get the money? How can I get the team? How? So you have to be a creative problem solver. That's the secret to success.
Absolutely.
Right? And belief in yourself. And how we cultivate belief, as I said, practice, repetition, surrounding yourself with others that see the greatness in you, even when you don't see it in yourself. That's a huge one. Because, you know, the other day I was at an event and one of the members said, "Oh, Maria, you're so organized." I thought, really? Thank you. Like, and it made me feel good, you know? And it's like, I don't know, sometimes I think I'm organized, but you just hearing that from someone else, it gives you the confidence. And that's really what the network is all about. We build each other up. And just to be in that environment of women on the same path as you is really, really important. You are the average of people you surround yourself with, right, Alicia?
It could, well, I was just saying, yeah, because when you're trying to start a business and you're by yourself, it's, you know, and you don't have anybody to talk to, and you're not hearing the positive, and you're not hearing, nobody's
cheering. You'll give up. That's the easiest thing to do, right? We don't want to give up. We don't want to we want to stay in the game.
Yeah. So Maria, when does She's in Biz Blueprint and everything, when does that become available?
Soon.
Sometime this fall, sometime this year. Okay, we'll be on the lookout for it.
Ladies, definitely by the end of the year. But if you just go to that link, invitefrommaria.com, you'll get a chance to hear more about my story and what the network is all about, and
awesome.
if it's a fit for you, and then you'll be in the loop about everything that's happening. So
awesome. Well, Maria, I really thank you all thank you for your time, and I thank all of you for being here as well. Make sure if you miss any of the interviews that you do catch it during the replay period. These are available for a limited time, so once the replay period is over, that's it. So make sure that you do get in there and get your invite so that you can try out the network for 30 days and connect with some amazing women. So thank you so much, Maria, for being here.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you.
And thank you all. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode.